Okay, this is a great candy to make for St. Patrick's Day. I make it every year and my kids love it. It's potato candy, but it doesn't have potatoes. It has some really easy ingredients. You'll take a half a cup of finely grated coconut, some vanilla extract, softened butter, powdered sugar, powdered cocoa, and softened cream cheese, nutmeg, and cinnamon, which I do not have pictured here. Take half of your cream cheese that's softened, and you need half of your butter. You only need 4 ounces of cream cheese, so we're going to mix this up really good. Now, this would be a super easy recipe to double if you needed a lot of this. And so we're going to cream that up. We want to keep our ball scraped down, and we want to whip it up to where it's nice and creamy. And then we're going to add our coconut. That'll be the first thing we add, and then we'll add some vanilla extract and half of the sugar. I only add half right now because it really is just too much to work with if you add the whole box at one time. So keep your bowl scraped down so you get all the sugar in there. And then we'll add the rest of the sugar, and we are going to blend it up some more. And you want it to kind of end up coarse looking. You want it still tacky to the touch, but you don't want it like melted butter or creamy at all. Okay, because it won't work out right if it's creamy. So we are going to shape these into little potatoes, and we don't want them uniform in size, and we don't want them to be real smooth either. We want them to have little creases and little dimples so they look like little potatoes when we put the powder on. So see how these have little creases in them? That looks kind of like a potato skin, especially once we put the powder on there. This one has little eyes, potato eyes, little dimples. And so I'm going to pop these in the refrigerator while I get the powder ready. And I do that because it works better if they're chilled a little bit. I'm only going to do it for 5 minutes. I don't want them to get too cold, but I don't want them to be really at room temperature either. The powder just looks a lot better and holds better on the candies when they're a little bit chilled. All right, so there's my nutmeg, and I'm going to take half a teaspoon of the nutmeg. You can certainly use just already powdered nutmeg. And then 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. And I'm going to put this through a very fine strainer because I want a very fine powder. This is the finest thing I have in my house, so I am going to sift that through there. And now it's time to coat the candies. I'm going to put thick in some areas and real thin on other areas, and then just blend them in, just to kind of take on the appearance of a little potato. And so if your candy is too damp, the powder will go on kind of wet and it'll be real dark. So that's why I like to make sure I chill them just a little bit, not too much. And this is what they end up looking like. And they won't be in your refrigerator too long. That's where I store them. I put them in the fridge. And they are really nice to have once a year, something to look forward to. And I appreciate you guys watching. And also you can serve these in little cupcake holders too, just an idea. Thanks so much. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day.